So, oh my god, I just ran up the stairs. My god. I'm not gonna get my beauty blender ready. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh well. Hi everyone, my name is Nika and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a competition makeup. So this is mainly dance and gymnastics and cheerleading, I'm guessing. It is the season for competition, and that means there's going to be a lot of sweat and there's going to be a lot of tears. And we want that makeup to stay through it all. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a very long-lasting makeup look. Also, there's cameras, there's flash. I'm going to show you guys how to make sure you don't get the flashback look, because that is not what we want. So that's what I'll be showing you guys today. I do have lots of experience in dancing. I used to do dance competition myself, and I have perfected my technique for competition makeup. So I'll be showing you guys what I like to do. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is the eyes, and I know that might surprise a lot of people, but in order to have the perfect makeup look, we want to make sure that none of that fallout gets onto our face, and if it's already done, that can cause a little bit of a problem. So we are going to be doing our eyeshadow first, and I like to use my base just a regular concealer. The concealers that I like to use is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic concealers. They're in the shade CW02. I will just be popping that onto my eyelids. And the reason why I'm using a lighter color is because the colors of the eyeshadow are going to pop more. And before that base creases, we want to make sure we set it with powder. So I'm going to be using my translucent skin powder that I use everywhere. This is the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. I'm going to take that on my sponge, and I'm just going to set that. Next, we're going to do the brows before we start the eyeshadow, because kind of fixing the brows is a little bit harder when we already have our eyeshadow done. So I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Pencil in the shade Universal Taupe with the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara in the shade 02 Brownie Brows. Now that your eyebrows look like two huge freaking caterpillars on your face, you will be able to move on to the eyeshadow. Usually the eyeshadow is pretty neutral. I'm going to keep it a pretty extreme smoky eye today, which is generally what I used to wear whenever I would do dance competitions. Basically, you can do what I'm about to do with the colors that you need. So I'm using the Naked Urban Decay palette. I really like using this, and it's so sad that it is discontinued, but it's the only palette that I've really been able to find like super nice neutral tones. So the first shades that I'm going to go into the Naked palette is going to be, I'm going to go into Naked, because we're going to use that as our transition shade. We are going to move on to the next matte eyeshadow, which is the shade Buck. That is right there, and we're going to put it in the same place but a little bit more precisely. The next shade I'm going to go into, because I do want to stay within this palette, but since it is the only two matte shades that there are, we're going to have to start going into the shimmers. So I'm going to go into this one right here. It is called Dark Horse, and I'm going to be doing the same thing over and over again. It's just the darker the colors get, the more precise we're going to put them on the eyelid. Now we're going to go in with the darkest color we're going to use. It is called Creep. It is the shimmer black shade in the palette. I know you guys are thinking, holy shit, that's a mess. I know it is, but we're going to be cleaning it up later. Like I said, we are using pretty dark shades, and most of the times those tend to have the most fallout, so they make the craziest looks. So I want to cut the crease with some concealer so that those shades can really pop. Cheap, but I will be using the Stila liquid. This is a Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow. This is the perfect color. I love using this. Just a nice neutral brown, and you have lots of glitter in it. And this, you really don't need a lot for it to go very far, so you will be able to use this for a pretty long time. Now time to move on to the eyeliner. So the eyeliner I'm going to be using is from Kat Von D. This is the Tattoo Liner. We won't be doing a super thick line of eyeliner, just a little one to show off our lashes. The next thing we're going to do is apply mascara. I like to use the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. So the last thing we'll be doing with our eyes for the upper lash line anyways is going to be putting fake lashes. Now this may take some practice because fake lashes are very tricky. I'm going to be using the pair Lolita from Mme Vogue Cosmetics. These are gorgeous and so is the packaging. So as you can tell, we have the fake lashes done. These babies are real fluffy, real pretty, and really dramatic. And that's what we need. Take a little bit of makeup remover, and I'm going to create that line. I'm also going to remove any fallout that there was as well. I will go ahead and do the other eye and I will be right back. Now that both eyes are done, we're going to move on to the face. So we're going to put our primers on, and I like to put multiple primers just because I have my little concoction that I like to use. So I'm going to be using two Smashbox primers, the hydrating one and the under eye primer one, and the NYX Honey Do Me Up primer, and these all have the amazing ability to make my skin feel hydrated and to also make my makeup last really long time. So my camera decided to cut me off as I was doing my foundation. I just used the lasting 25-hour breathable foundation from Rimmel, oh my god, and I mixed it in with some Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. This is in the shade M35, and I mixed those two because one, you do want to go a little bit darker with your foundation, maybe a tone or two, just to make sure that you don't get that flashback look, especially with all the lights, the flashing, the cameras, all that kind of stuff. So I always tend to go a little darker, which is why it kind of looks a little weird. And also I'm going in with a long-lasting foundation because I want my foundation to stick. I did use my sponge to blend everything out, and you can always go in with a couple of layers. You never have to reduce yourself to just one layer of foundation. I used 2 layers to make sure that I had full coverage. So the next thing I want to do is do some cream contouring. I'm going to use the Anastasia foundation in the shade Fawn. So now that the contour is done, we're going to go on with concealer. The concealer that I like to use once again is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. I am using both shades CW04 and CW02. So now we are going to powder the whole face. We are going to be using the NYX NYC Smooth Skin Finish Powder. I'm going to be taking that on the back of my sponge, and I will be baking under my eyes and on my forehead, and then setting the rest of my face. The reason I am baking my under eyes, because right now I look really weird, is because I usually get really creasy and oily on my nose, under my eyes, and on my forehead. So that is why I decided to bake there. Anywhere that you get the oiliest is where you should bake as well, or anywhere that you crease. But I suggest that you guys bake wherever your skin gets either the creasiest or the oiliest, because we do want our face to look good as well. Don't hesitate to go in with lots of powder. So now that our face looks like a sheet of powder, I'm using the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray, and then once we're done with the rest of the face, we will be using the Dewy Setting Spray. So I'm just going to cover my eyes and spray the rest of my face. So for bronzer and blush, I will be using Colourpop products. These are the products I will be using. These are the bronzers, these are the blushes. I will be mixing those together with a pretty fluffy brush. We're going to do is blush. As you can tell, I have these two colors. I will be mixing those together and putting those on the top of the cheeks. So the highlighter that I like to use, which will be our next step, is the Hard Candy highlighter. I love mixing the kind of white and pink shade together so it doesn't give you just like a straight up stark white highlighter. Now that we have used all the powders for our face, we are going to be going in with the NYX Dewy Setting Spray. And if you want, while it's still wet, you can go back in with your highlighter and add just a little bit more. Now, to finish the eyes, we will be basically doing the same steps that we did on the upper lid onto the lower lid. So we're going to go back in with the shade Naked, and we're going to put that all along the lower lash line. Then we are going to go in with the shade Buck, and we are going to basically do the same thing, except we're going to stop halfway instead of going all the way in. Next, we're going to go in with the Dark Horse shade right here and put that only around like 3/4 of the eye. And then last but not least, we are going to go in with the black shade, but we're going to keep that very, very tight on the waterline right here. Not going much further than that, just wiggling it really in the corner. And now, just because since we do have a lot of dark around our eyes, I do want to kind of brighten it a little bit. So I will be putting either a nude or a white liner in the lower lash line. And last but not least, we're going to put our mascara on the lower lash line. Perfect, the eyes are officially complete. One last thing, the lips. I'm going to go in with nude, but you guys can use this technique like I said earlier for the eyeshadow. Same thing with the lips. Whatever color you have, you can use the same technique that I'm using, but with the colors that you need to use. Going in with a Colourpop lip pencil. This is in the shade BFF2. I'm just going to line my lips and shade the exterior of my lips. Now I'm going to go in with the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Sand, and I'm just going to pop that in the middle. I'm going to blend it in with my fingers. And this is the finished look, guys. This is what your competition makeup should kind of look like, or if you want it to look like this. I do love this look. For competitions, this is basically what it is. Pretty intense, pretty dark, pretty much extra in every aspect of this makeup look, but it is what you need to do for competition looks to get those glam shots, girl. And my eye has been watering this whole time, yet my eyeshadow has still been staying on. So if you do cry, I think you will be okay. Use waterproof mascara if you think that's gonna happen, because girl, you're going in first place. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great competition. I hope you guys have fun. Do what you love, because I loved competition and I missed it a lot. So enjoy it, even if you don't win. Don't worry, there are going to be plenty more, and anyways, you're doing what you love. Anyways, enjoy your day, enjoy your competition weekend, enjoy whatever you're doing today, and I will see you guys in my next video. Please do not forget to subscribe. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. I would love to get to at least 100 followers by the end of March. I know I'm not even halfway there yet, but it would be a really big goal of mine, and I would love to have a bigger family with me through my YouTube channel. So if you guys did like it, please share it as well with your friends. If you have any other friends that are also going to be going into competition and would love to know of a makeup look or someone to help them out with the techniques, you have your girl right here to help them out. So please share it with your friends and your family, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!